How's it going? So in today's video, we're going to continue working on the MX650 build. It's going to be a 72 volt, 14 kilowatt monster when I'm done. But today I'm going to be installing the ride or die forks, the front wheel with the front brake, and then probably the handlebars with the voltmeter, the front headlight, a 3-mode switch, and then as much else as I can get done without the video getting too long. So this is part 2 of the build. So let's just get started. Alright, the first thing we need to do is take this old set of forks off, which is pretty simple. There's just one bolt that goes all the way through. There's a nut at the bottom, so you just hold that nut and unscrew, and then the bolt will come out and the whole fork assembly will come off. So let me get these off really quick and I'll cut right back in. Okay, got the old forks off. That was very simple. I'm pretty sure I reused the bearings that are in there, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll find out. Here's the old forks. The only thing I'm going to need off these, I think, is just these bolts on the brake, because I don't see any bolts on the new brakes. And what's interesting about the Socian front wheel that I bought, it came with the brakes, and it didn't come with any spacers for the axle there. I mean, it looks like the ride or die kit does come with spacers, but I'm not sure if they're the right size, but we're going to find out when I try to put that front tire on. So let me switch it up, put my helmet cam on so I can use both hands, and we'll start installing the ride or die forks. So I'm thinking the first thing we need to do is just take this handlebar clamp deal off here. Well, actually, we don't need to. We have access to the bolt right here. All right, so one thing to keep in mind is you're probably going to want to run your rear brake through here, and there might not be enough room once this is in. Yeah, so I just have it sitting on there. I just want to see if I can fit this thing through here. Yeah, see, no, I can't. I guess I don't really want to run it like that, so I'm going to have to take this off, run the brake through, and then put it on. There's just a washer up top and a washer on the bottom. This piece goes down to the bottom, and then you just have your nut. Okay, so forks are on. I had to have my wife come help me hold these at an angle just to get like the washer in and be able to line everything up, but she doesn't like being on camera, so I didn't film it, but got it on. Couldn't be simpler. There's 2 washers, a bolt, a little piece that goes in the bottom hole, and then the screw. So I fed my rear brake through right here, so it can just go right up. So next, let's see about getting this tire on. I'm wondering about the brake. Well, we'll worry about the brake later. I can take it off, but let's just see if this fits on. Oh, you know what? I bet the spacers are on this axle. Yep, the spacers are on here. Shit. One's longer than the other. The long one goes on this side. Oh, the spacer goes inside there's a little spot right there for it. Duh. So I can throw that one in. Fucking sweet. Well, that was easy. How's that look? Pretty cool. All right, now I wonder if this caliper is going to fit on or not. So let's just see about that. All right, and so looking at the front brake, looks like everything's going to line up. I mean, just fine. Are these threaded? Yeah, these are threaded in here. So these kind of go in here like this. So it should fit perfectly. This thing's stuck. Try to pry these open a little bit, but they're not going. The pistons aren't going in. So I'll have to work on that a little bit. But so let me get this thing unstuck, and then we'll install the caliper. Okay, so I just threw the handlebars on too really quick, just so I can put the brake levers on when I put the brakes on. You know where I screwed up? Before I put anything on, once I got this torn apart, I should have took the angle grinder to this top piece right here and got it off first. So if you guys are doing this, once you have everything stripped off, cut that off before you do anything. So it should still be okay, but I don't think the sparks are gonna hurt anything. But maybe I'll try to cover this stuff as I'm grinding it off so I don't accidentally cut something. I'll just have to be extra careful. Learn from my mistakes. Those forks look pretty damn cool though, don't they? Because they kind of match with the gold calipers, and there's a gold sprocket. It's gonna look pretty cool. Then we have these little guards on here too. Trying to think how these go. Yeah, like this. I like the way these look. And don't forget, when you're doing this, you have to tighten up the triple clamps. I think they're called triple clamps. I haven't done it yet, but you have to be really careful when you're tightening them up. You go top screw, bottom screw, top screw, bottom screw, and you keep going like that until they're tight. You don't want to tighten one side up first because you'll end up damaging either the clamp or the fork or whatever. All right, so I guess the next thing to do is let's get the brakes installed with the levers. Then we'll roll this thing outside and we'll take the angle grinder to this shelf right here. Then we'll start adding all the stuff to the handlebars that we need, like the voltmeter, the light switch and stuff like that, and we'll mount the light up here. All right, here we're outside. I got the angle grinder here. I have no idea what I'm doing. Never done this before, but Oh, not doing a very good job here. I had to cut this thing out of the way to be able to cut right here, but I don't have a good angle where I can get in and cut all the way through up here, so it's kind of annoying. Alright, I did nick this piece here, but not terrible. This looks like crap, but it'll work. My first time doing anything like this, so just gonna clean this thing off really quick and take it back inside. I did scar up over here too, but not too bad. Alright, so we got it back inside here. Didn't really do a great job. That was my first time using an angle grinder, so whatever. But it's gonna work. So now I'm just gonna start positioning everything I'm gonna need on the handlebars, running the wires through. I gotta install the front brake. So I'm gonna have a voltmeter on this side here, and then of course the brake and the throttle. I'm gonna move this three-way switch to probably down here. Up here is gonna be the light switch with a little USB charger there. It's got a little USB-A charger. And I think that's gonna be it. So I have the voltmeter, mode switch, light, grips, all that kind of stuff, and then the light bar is gonna be in here. So let me get this stuff situated and I'll cut back in when I'm ready to do the brakes. Alright, so I got the domino throttle situated on there, put the battery in because the throttle's attached to the battery down there, so I just want to get it set in. It just barely fits in that pan. I might have to hammer it just a little bit and then strap it down so it doesn't move. So I got the voltmeter on, move the switch down there, the mode switch, and then I got my light switch on here, put the back brake lever on. So we're getting there. This video is already getting a little bit long, so I think I'm just going to install that front brake and then just going to go through and tighten everything up, and then we'll probably call it a video. Alright, came across a little issue here. So the kit did not provide the bolts to mount the caliper. That's a problem. And the stock bolts for the MX650 do not fit. So I'm going to have to contact the manufacturer and figure that out. Darn it. So it's going to delay the build. Unless they can just tell me what size and length I need, and I can maybe order them off Amazon or something like that. Yeah, so you know what? I think I'm going to end up calling the video there. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. Like, share, all that stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye.